how do you sell out a show, Arv? Because your shows are huge.
Although social media, we can't forget that we're still talking to people on the other side of the phone, on the other side of the computer screen.
That's good. I'm glad you said that, because social media is just, like you said, a tool. It's not the whole shebang.
Hey, what's up? It's Gabriella Martay here at Helps Too. You're watching Couch Conversations. This episode, I'm Skyping with Arva Byron, who is heavily involved with the entertainment and music industry in Boston. Arva is part of a team called Church Boy Entertainment, and they sell out shows and manage artists in the Boston area. They do one heck of a job at it. So make sure you not only watch this video, but if you want to see the start of the other videos and a little bit more information about who Arva is, make sure you click the link in the description as well. All right, you guys, enjoy.
If you don't have a relationship with somebody, but you want one, what do you do? Any ideas?
Well, I think from my experience of also being a student of all of this, because it's not like I'm some sort of guru or master of any sort.
Right.
But I was just honest with people. I said, hey, I've gone into people's, I've emailed people, reached out to different people, and I've said, hey, I'm Arva. This is what I do, and I just have a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind. Like, because I want to learn about what is it you do. Just be honest with people. You intrigue me because of the following. Yeah. And that's okay. Now, if they get back to you, good. If they don't, so what? You'll find somebody else to come alongside to help you out. But I think just being honest, don't try to pull a fast one on people, because people who are in the music world have been doing it for somewhat of a little time, and you can kind of sense when somebody's just kind of coming to you just to get their music on, or just to be put on to some sort of event or social something.
Yeah,
so
just
I think
to use you.
Yeah, right, and just engage people in normal conversation.
Yeah.
So you should find something about that person that you care about in advance, if that's even possible, and just kind of start there. Not making stuff up, being genuine, because people always want genuine no matter what is going on. Even if you make a million mistakes, as long as they're genuine, you're a little bit better off.
Yeah, I agree. And I think you can always really get into someone's world by asking them a question about themselves that's really authentic. Don't have to be fake, but I always ask people, hey, what's your story? And this one time I was in Los Angeles, I was at a conference, and I saw this guy, and he passed by me, and it said, blah, 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 from Atlantic Records. And something in me was like, I don't even know how I really honed in on his name tag, because we passed by quick. And I turned around, and I was like, so-and-so, and I shouted his name. And he turned around and he was like, yes. And I was like, because people answer their name, like, duh, And I said, hey, I see that you work for Atlantic Records, and I'm curious, what's your story? And he's a big timer. He is the manager of songwriters for Justin Bieber and I think Janelle Monáe. So it's like a huge moment in this guy that really is in the industry. Right. And he spent 30 minutes with me outside. He was on the way to somewhere, and he was just talking about himself and his story. And from there, I could grab other questions and kind of lead into how did you navigate that? Because I'm trying to navigate that. And he's like, oh, really? What's your name? Oh, my name's Gabriella Martay. And so it's just really cool how you can do that, And he's like, well, hit me up at the end of it. Here's my info. And I'm like, very cool, So
very cool.
It was a little ghetto the way I did it, but I really feel like if you really do care, people will pick up on that. And if you're really selfish and it's all about you and you have nothing to add that's of value to them, then they'll pick up on that,
Right. And I think people always realize, if you are being, not just genuine, but if you're only there for that one specific thing, like the music. I think that you did a good job by asking him about himself. Because beyond the camera and the lights and the action, I feel bad for people who are superstars in this regard. People are people. You know what I mean? Superstars, right. People who are famous, people who are in the music industry, people who, cut deals, all those other things, people who are in the entertainment industry. They have lives that you know nothing about. Hardship, heartache, pain, just like you do.
Right.
Good times, bad times. They've been rejected too. Everybody's been rejected in life. And just don't assume that they're just, the key to whatever door that you personally want to open. They have their own lives outside of yours, and you have to start to remember that people are people.
Yeah, and for me, that conversation that I had with that guy from Atlantic Records, that really gave me perspective. And that's
Right,
what we don't realize is that sometimes we're trying to get into doors that we don't even really want to be in. Like, that really helped me
right,
to
right.
seal the deal that I never really want to be on a record label unless they're going to, like, give me free money, which is not going to happen. So, yeah, I'm like, no, I don't really ever want to be on a record label. Indie artistry is what I want to be doing because he just made it sound so competitive and conniving within that world of record label stuff, and I just don't want to be in there. I'd much rather call my own shots, do my own funding and all of that, and not have to owe anybody. And I thought that day was monumental, not just because I had met this person, but because I gained perspective. And I really, that was it for me. I was like, I don't need to contact him. I'm set on my path, you know? So it's good. It's good to get in there, get to know people.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So what's one last tip, Arv, before we wrap this up, that you would like for artists and people who are marketing? I mean, all of this stuff that we're talking about are like, honestly, I want to say secrets. They shouldn't be secrets, but they are.
They shouldn't be secrets, right?
No,
Right.
they're
Yeah.
not secrets. We're out here talking. This is going to be on YouTube, and people are going to, from all walks of life, can see it. But these are things that people are not told about that really do make a difference. It's all about networking, knowing people, holding fast to your vision. It really is. That's huge. And then social media just comes as like a torch to kind of like light that gasoline that you pour out that foundation on
Yes.
fire. You know, it kind of comes by its side. So you can't really do one without the other. But what is like one tip, if you could, give to somebody who's trying to get to the next level in marketing and reaching people? What would you give them as a tip?
It's actually twofold. I hope that's okay.
That's fine. That's great.
One, Google. Google, 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 Google. Like, Google is my best friend, and it ought to be your best friend too. If you don't know something, before you approach somebody, before you go to a venue, before just look up these things because it'll help you just become a little bit more aware than you already are, and
Mm,
stop you from making what could be monumental mistakes at sometimes. Not that things can't be forgiven or forgotten, but just to kind of help yourself out. I think that Google is such a big tool, and we kind of forsake it because we want to act like we know everything, or we're sure that we get so caught up in numbers, and I think a lot of artists get caught up because they've seen people, all these fake crazy rappers that mumble and do all this other foolishness that they've gotten success reportedly overnight. So people
yeah.
are so quick to kind of jump into the DMs and do all these different things that they kind of forget. There's a protocol to everything, just about in life. So that would be one of my tips for artists right now. Is just to get out there. If you don't know something, Google it, and then also go everywhere. Go to all the concerts, all the venues that you can go to. Don't limit yourself to your line of music. So if you're a hip hop artist, you need to take in some classical. You have got to take in classical music. Begin to study it. Train your ear. That's something that I have to do, and I'm not even an artist. But you got to get out there. Listen to some folk music. Go take in as many shows as you can. Set your budget up to support that habit, because that's the only way that you are going to learn to expand your creativity, to learn more, to see how you should properly organize your shows,
Yeah.
so that you can become your own boss, that you can become successful, so nobody's going to take advantage of you. It's just learn from other people, learn from their mistakes. If you see a show you don't like it, what would you do differently? You have to be thinking about those things all the time in order to improve. So those are my little nuggets.
Yeah, well, those are great. I mean, you got to be there. You got to be present. Like, you can't sit
Gotta be
back and
present.
cruise. And I think that's the facade that the internet gives us, is that it's easy. It's not easy.
Right.
And people don't want to hear that because we're in a world where convenience is key, right? Or you think it is. Like, you can go to McDonald's, get a hamburger. But, like, if you really want to lose weight, you know that the chemicals in the McDonald's food, I'm sorry if y'all like McDonald's, is going to really set you back. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's gonna help you to actually gain weight. So, like, what you really need to do is learn about food, just like people need to learn about their industries. And you need to apply what works for you to get to where you're going. And so, yeah, I think that's huge. Your nuggets. Well,
Cool.
guys, that's Arva Byron. Where can they find you?
Oh, you can go to churchboyentertainment.com. Check us out. See what we're doing. The page is brand new. Woo, I'm really excited. It looks great. Church Boy Clothing Entertainment on all social media fronts. You can follow me on social media at Arva, ARVA_J. You can find me on Facebook under Arva Byron, same thing. So yeah, find me. We can be friends. It'll be great.
Yes, yes. Okay, guys, that's Arva. Arva, you're the bomb. Thank you.
No, you're the bomb. Thank you. I appreciate it.
This video is an episode of our new series called Couch Conversation. First episode was with Evan Baker. He really showed us about how he makes it as a full-time musician online, selling music and getting streams to a huge amount online with Spotify. Is over 1 million views. So make sure you check out that episode in the link below in the description.